Holy Mary, the Queen of Heaven and Mistress Domina in the Latin of the world, stood by the cross of our Lord Jesus Christ full of sorrows. Words taken from the tract for the commemoration of the 7 sorrows of the Blessed Virgin Mary, which will be offered on the Friday of Passion Week. Our first Saturday meditation today is on the 5th glorious mystery, the Coronation. Now the reason is because it lines up with what happened today at Lourdes in 1858 and has everything to do with making a good Lent. So on Thursday, March 4th, 1858, on the last of the 15 days requested by the Lady, it lines up with the 15th mystery of the Rosary, the Coronation. After attending Holy Mass, Bernadette made her way to the grotto where she prays all 15 decades of the Rosary and smiles 18 separate times as she is enraptured for over an hour. When Blessed Jacinta Marto saw Our Lady, the Blessed Mother, for the first time at Fatima, she echoed the reaction of St. Bernadette afterward. Oh, what a beautiful lady, what a beautiful lady. St. Thomas teaches us that beauty happens when 3 things come together. First, integrity, as in all the parts are in place. Number 2, due proportion or harmony is in place. And lastly, brightness or clarity, whence things are called beautiful, which have bright color. Thank you, St. Thomas. As regards the first one, all the parts being in place, integrity, integral. Our Queen Mother, dressed perfectly and therefore beautifully. She wore a full-length white dress, a veil, a blue sash, holding a golden rosary and having golden roses upon her feet. Modesty demands that all the parts of our clothing be in place. And can we not include carrying a rosary somewhere on our person? Ever ready to pray and fight spiritual battles? And what about those roses? We too can have them on our feet, so to speak, figuratively, by willing always to walk in the way of our Lord and crush the asps and dragons and snakes and serpents underfoot by the power of His Majesty and His Holy Mother. When we participate in these things, we will begin to be truly beautiful. Although most of the 20,000 people present at this apparition sense the deep peace of the moment, many are disappointed. Something more fantastic did not happen. Man is forever on the lookout for something new and tingling to the senses, wanting to be entertained. This has become one of the besetting faults and vices of our times, with so much electronic gadgetry to occupy and dazzle our senses at the touch of a finger. This is the second temptation of Christ. Cast yourself down from here. Show the world something fantastic. Entertain the masses. Make them feel your presence. Give them consolations. Yet virtues like modesty are proportional. Not excessive, not defective. They're stable, they're habitual, they're second nature, continuing to do the same things well over and over again without getting bored or weary about what others may think. Let us not long for the unusual, the one-in-a-million opportunities that never really come, but seek to make our way to heaven the old-fashioned way, by performing acts of virtue day in and day out, persevering in even the smallest duties well. After this apparition, Bernadette was asked later, "Why were you sometimes happy and sometimes sad?" Bernadette responded, "I am sad when she is sad, and I smile when she smiles." She might have said, "She is my queen. I serve her. Whatever she does, I want to do too." Is that not the opposite of what we want? We want God to be sad when we're sad. We want God to react to our sadness and our happiness. Instead of our conforming to Him, we want Him to conform to us. This is a disorientation, an inversion. Let us not one of the essential elements required to crown Our Lady with such power and beauty with suffering. Even the perfect suffering of 7 sorrows plunged into her immaculate heart. And they're still ongoing, it seems, in a sense, as we see her sad at Lourdes and weeping at La Salette, and her heart having a crown of thorns around it at Fatima. Are we sad at what offends our King and our Queen? Are we really ready to weep with the Blessed Lady over what upsets her? Or do we excuse ourselves and even add to the thorns and tears, saying things like, "Oh well, God will understand," to excuse our infractions and our unwillingness to practice virtue? Let us resolve, dearly beloved, to serve His Majesty, Jesus Christ the King, and His beloved Queen, the Blessed Mary, heedless of the consolations received or not received. A crown awaits those who do.